Hi, thanks for joining me on Witness of the Monty. I'm getting ready to hike up to Z Lake in the 20 Lakes Basin. And this is going to be a short hiking clip. I'm going to start the clip from the trail at the back of the lake because this isn't one of the lakes on the regular loop trail. I'm not going to shoot me hiking around Saddlebag Lake again. I have so many clips hiking into the 20 Lakes Basin. If you want to see the particulars of the beginning of the hike, then you can go to any one of those clips for Steelhead Lake, Odell Lake, Shamrock Lake, Helen Lake. They all show me starting from here. So I'm going to start this from the back. In short, it's going to be, I like to hike around the right side of the lake because it's not so rocky, blah, 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 blah. And then I'm going to cross over at the back of the lake. So, you know, that's the hike. Z Lake is in the middle of the loop, the 20 Lakes Basin loop hike. So I'm going to have to find the Fate Trail that goes up there. I fished it for Wilderness with the Monty Patreon about 2 years ago. I really don't remember where it is. I just looked at a map this morning online for about 10 minutes, and I know where the cutoff roughly is. It's after a small lake called Wasco Lake that's in between Steelhead and Greenstone Lake, and we're gonna cut the Fate Trail up there. So let's go out and let's get this adventure going. It's 8 o'clock in the morning, and this is one of those days because I only have Tuesday and Wednesday to work with this week. As I've been doing the last few weeks, I've just been doing everything on Tuesday and Wednesday, and then working a half day on Thursday. But since I got to get right out of the car and hike, and I'm hiking at 10,000 feet almost where I'm starting, I powered 1.5 liters of water in the last couple hours of the drive. So I'm well hydrated to start. Then I got 1.5 liters of water in my pack, and then I got my water filter. So I'm gonna stay as hydrated as I can to do what I can to keep from having any effects of altitude sickness, because when you get dehydrated, it just makes you all that more susceptible. Man, it's chilly in the shade. It's supposed to get up into the upper 70s up here today. I'm wearing jeans just because I don't want to deal with the sunscreen and the bug juice. I always try to make a little noise on this section of the trail. I actually came face to face with a bear. It's on my wildlife encounter playlist right around here. I walked around the corner and it was right on the other side of a tree. And he just moseyed into the woods. If you watch the video, it was cool. He didn't follow me, didn't get aggressive or anything like that. So I just kept going. But whenever you're going through thick stuff like this, it's always good to make a little noise, because if they hear you, they're probably going to run away in the other direction. So I'm just giving it a little hey every now and then, or a little whistle. I'm at the back of the lake. I'm going to be heading towards Greenstone Lake. I need some varnish or something. Some sandpaper, some matches maybe, I don't know. So Greenstone Lake is down there. Steelhead Lake is up front. If I started just going cross country over this, I'd probably hit Z Lake. It's right in the middle. But I want to try to find that faint trail, because there's cliffs and stuff you run into that make it hard to get around. And I don't want to deal with any of that. So once I hit Wasco Lake, go a little bit past it, I should start looking to my right, and I should see a faint trail. So based on the map I was looking at 4:30 in the morning today while I was eating my breakfast, I should start looking for a trail on my right hand side very soon. because there's Wasco Lake, and the trail should be right around this corner. If not, I'm going to come back and cut over that. I know it sounds like I'm following some long-lost pirate's treasure map. You gotta go 10 paces past the post and then you'll see a cave. Arr! I know, my pirate's horrible. In my mind, I know what it should sound like, but my execution just stinks. So, I try not to do it too much. I just can't help it. Alright, I'm just gonna figure this out cross country. Wasco's down there, Z Lake should be straight over that. Even though this isn't very big cross country, before I set in cross country, I always get my bearings. I look at the peaks around. I'll take a quick look at my compass, and then that way I can find my way out no matter what. This cross country, no matter what direction you go in, you're gonna run into the loop trail because these lakes are situated in the middle of a loop trail. This is the kind of terrain where you might not see the lake until you're right on top of it because it's just really rocky, and then it's got these big ridges and dips, and that's what I'm talking about. If you cut it in the wrong spot, you're gonna run into walls like that that could be tough and dangerous to get around. That looks easy. I can kind of see a faint trail a little bit, but I'm gonna cut over this. Hopefully it's not like a drop off on the other side. This looks like people have walked there, but now that I see a burrow, looks more like an animal living there. But getting to this high point, even if I can't get down on the other side, if I can see the lake, that would be useful. But of course, there's no lake. So, get my orientation. This is where I came from. So if I get to that point, I can shoot straight out. But there ain't no, I ain't seeing no trail. I believe I saw this on the map this morning. This little pond. Oh, look at these fish are stuck in this pond. Look at that. That's a nice brookie too. Let me see where the lake is. I might try to rescue these fish if the lake is close enough. Nice. Z Lake is right here. And it's called Z Lake because it's got a really strange Z-shaped pattern to it. But there's some decent sized brook trout in here. I fished this before. They're not easy to catch, but they're good. I can see a couple swimming around right there. And then I'll be looking at the deep sections of this silt to see if there's any larger fish sitting on the bottom. We found it. This is Z Lake. And if you look at it on a map, it's hard to show you the lake because it kind of just weaves in between these rocks. But we made it. So, hope you enjoyed my search for Z Lake. I'm gonna go down and try to get those fish. It's only like 20, 30 yards down there. I can get them up to this lake. They're gonna die in there, certainly. So if I can get those fish in here, oh, it's more fish to catch in the future as far as I'm concerned. So, this lake isn't that hard to find. If you look at a map, the trails are scarce, but it's pretty easy to find. I mean, if you just start going that way, you're gonna run into it. If you go too far, you're gonna see the other side of the loop trail over there. So, hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for joining me on Wonders of the Monty. I'm gonna go try to save those fish.